Since I'm reviewing a new Adam Sandler film, you know I had to dig out my most oversized polo shirt for the occasion.
Do you need a hand up? You don't need nobody's help.
We need a spark.
This is all for you, pal.
It's for us.
Okay, it's for us.
Adam Sandler is back teaming up with Happy Madison Productions for another Netflix original movie. Now, normally that would spell absolute disaster, but thankfully it seems that Uncut Gems has lit a fire in the belly of the great man because he actually seems to be interested in making good films again. And as a fan of the guy, that is music to my ears. And I'm very happy to report that Hustle is a really, really great sports drama featuring a solid performance from the Sandman himself. Hustle is primarily a love letter to the NBA, and it comes in the form of Sandler as Stanley Sugerman, who is a basketball talent scout. He has aspirations of coaching, but he's just sort of stuck. He's so good at scouting that he just gets sent flying around the world looking for the next MJ, as they say in the film. And he's on his last legs after his relationship with his boss has gone sour. So he's in Spain and he discovers this 22-year-old street baller named Bo Cruz, who is just absolutely dominating everybody. And Stanley sees something in this kid and he decides to take him to America and fights to find him a spot in the NBA. All the while coming to terms with some of his own personal failings and mistakes that he's made during his time in the league. Now, if it sounds familiar, it is. There's a bit of everything in here. There's a bit of Rocky, there's a bit of Creed, there's a bit of every rags to riches sports narrative. There's a bit of every washed up coach, former player narrative. Like there's a bit of the way back in here. But cliches are cliches for a reason, and when they're done right, they can hit like absolutely anything. And I really enjoyed Hustle from start to finish. And a big part of it is passion and authenticity. And that starts with Adam Sandler, who's renowned as a prolific street baller, and he loves the game. And this is just full of actual NBA players playing the characters, which means that the basketball scenes are not only very authentic in the way they're played, but they're really, really well shot thanks to director Jeremiah Zagar. And there's a lot of interesting like digital cinematography and drone shots, lots of great POV stuff. Like the basketball scenes in this are really, really invigorating. And, you know, that's one thing that can be a pitfall of a lot of sports movies is that if you know the sport, and you watch it, it's like, what is this? This is not basketball that they're playing. Now, I am a basketball fan. I don't like particularly follow the NBA or a team, but I really, really love the sport. I've sunk many hours into 2K games over the years, so I do have it'd be one of my favorite sports that I don't necessarily follow the actual league of. So mileage may vary if you're not a fan of the game, but I think it's one where the characters take center stage, and I think even if you don't really know or care about the game, you're still gonna feel something on this. And I want to give props to some of the NBA players who show up in this, because you know athlete acting doesn't always go well, but especially Juancho Hernangomez, who plays Bo Cruz, who pretty much shares the screen with Sandler the whole time. He's like really good in this, like not just believable as this character. He shows some serious heart and emotion and depth, and I'd like to see him on screen again. And you know, once his career in the NBA is done, we could have a pretty good actor on our hands. And he really goes toe to toe with Adam Sandler, and their relationship is a big part of why this film is a success for me. Also, shout out to Anthony Edwards, who plays sort of the heel of the movie, and he was a really, really great presence too. Then the actual actors, you know, Robert Duvall pops in for a bit. He's good. Queen Latifah was really great as Stanley's wife, and I thought their dynamic and chemistry was like actually really, really sweet, and they were a really believable couple. And also shout out to Ben Foster here, who plays the co-owner of the 76ers, which is the club that Stanley works for. So yeah, Hustle goes where you'd expect it to go. It hits all the right beats. It's got that sort of mentor protege dynamic that we've seen countless times before in a sports movie, but I loved it. And my hype may be inflated by the fact that I just love it when Sandler decides to give a shit, because I honestly think he is so talented and one of the most genuine guys out there in Hollywood. And you can tell he's really put a lot of himself into this one, and it shows. And I really hope that he keeps on doing stuff like this, because I really appreciate it. I think it's one that a lot of people are going to really enjoy. So Hustle's on Netflix now, and if you've got 2 hours to kill, I think you'll really enjoy this, whether you're a sports fan or not. So I'm going to give Hustle an 8 out of 10. It's one of the better films I've seen this year, actually. And as I said before, I really highly recommend it. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It's a little predictable, maybe a little rushed at times, but overall, this was a slam dunk for me, and I highly, highly recommend it. So that's it for my review of Hustle. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And yeah, I'm really excited for Sandler to be doing stuff like this again, and he's got some stuff in the pipeline that looks really exciting too. So that's it. Have a good one. Follow me. Links are in the description. Go watch Hustle. You won't regret it.